hate to be this person, but
What's
what
up?
do you guys think about backyard?
We
we
talked
talked.
about it on Sunday.
I
Did
gave
you?
a quick. You want me to give you my quick synopsis?
Yeah,
It's almost day one
they don't, Machado.
to Big Jon. Nothing's gonna happen with that. I think they intentionally toe the line to get people to watch. They say wild stuff because it's entertaining to most folks. He
Right.
said something probably a little bit too much that day. Somebody will tell him most likely to still toe the line and not say what you said. Come close, but not that close, and keep making these dollars. And that's what it's going to be. So from the
Yeah.
get go, I told Big Jon this like that night or the next morning or something. I can appreciate, and I don't want to downplay people feeling a certain way and making videos about it. I think everybody should speak their mind when it comes to something and things are going on, but it's not going to stop the train that's moving.
No.
So yeah, my sentiment is terrible. I'm not supporting whatnot at this moment right now. That's how I feel. Choose to spend my dollars. I'm not spending on that platform. What
Gotcha.
came out of it? They suspended his account and they're not going to make a statement about it.
But
So
his
nothing
account, his account is not that account though.
Right.
It's not the account that's making dollar bills.
No.
Yeah.
So
we did something, and we checked the box. Now, for
Backyard Break is over 40% of their revenue.
Yeah.
From what I've surmised, listening to different people talk about it, and they just had a round of funding and an evaluation right before this happened. How can you go back to your investor and say you're going to suspend somebody who makes your platform that much money after they gave you X amount of dollars?
Now, I'm a person, I don't do anything on whatnot. I just look at business decisions. I look at things and say, what's probably about to happen here.
Excuse me.
And that was what I was deducing. I haven't even been on whatnot. I haven't logged in.
Right.
I know in the future I had planned to, but I haven't even logged into that. So I just look at something for what it is. And then I think about what's the ramifications of what people are talking about.
Right.
Well, what do you think?
Let me say, huh?
Their branded repacks are still on GameStop's website.
Hold on. So I got a whole try to quick synopsis. LP. I remember the corner. I remember Taxi Cab's Confessions LP. That was one of the HBO After Dark shows. But all right, listen. I got on this whole subject. Like I'm a little torn, and my wife's so sick of me talking about this. Like so sick of me talking about this. Look, comments wrong. Nobody's arguing that, right? Do I believe that they're to the degree that everybody is acting because they're saying that there's little kids? Yeah, there's little kids that are watching. But if we put this into the actual context of what goes on in the world, if you play Fortnite, if you play Call of Duty, just those two games, you have, if not worse, crazier stuff that's being said. So I don't like the fact that you use the kids as that because yes, kids shouldn't hear that, and we're not arguing that. That's not the argument about that. But don't use that as the like this is how it's supposed to be because your kid or you were on Call of Duty cussing kids out, cussing people out, saying all sorts of stuff. Okay? So like that part, like it drives me nuts, right? And then don't use it as it's offending you for somebody else.
I'm with it.
Don't use it for that being to offend somebody else. Like you don't know if that person's offended. They'll tell you if they're offended. What's up, Big Jon?
I respect your position. I think the underlying thing is it was wrong thing to say, right?
I'm not even done. So yeah, like it's wrong. It was way wrong. And I don't know if you guys saw what Cage said. I haven't posted it yet, but Cage, like if you look at what Cage said, he said it just like a parent would say to their kid, like, bro, you made a mistake. Would you ever want somebody to do that to you or however it is? Right? Like you wouldn't want that to happen to you, right? Yeah, you wouldn't. Okay. We're going to leave it here and we're going to move on from the situation. You're not going to get rid of your kid because they make You're not going to get rid of a kid. Whoever, I don't, Brendan said the topless. I was like, what? You're not going to get rid of your kid because they make the mistake, right? I don't like how they use like this as like, oh, they've just been bad, and they bring up something from 5 years ago. It should have been a problem the day before.
But that's the problem. It's a series of bad behavior that go unpunished.
I mean,
He's a series of bad.
Not what he did on Friday. Not what he did. No.
He's over 21. He's not a kid.
I mean,
he's not a kid.
Big Jon.
Jorden.
Big Jon.
We are three black males.
Mm-hmm. Big Jon, and this is where I'm at.
At 21, you ain't a kid no more.
Hey, listen, this is where I'm at with it, though. I'm like I said, what he did was wrong, but I'm just saying what he did 5 years ago should have been a problem the day before. Should have been the problem. Do you feel?
I agree, but this is a series. For me, this is a pattern of behavior that goes unpunished with this company on your platform.
It's not
punish the company for bad behavior,
but it's not the company though. You got to remember because.
He's the owner of the company. He's a co-owner of the company.
Doesn't matter because and the only reason I say it doesn't matter is because if you
so if Michael Rubin said the same thing, you think the board of directors are not gonna get him out? Like you can defend it or defend him.
I'm saying whatnot is not backyard breaks. So you got to remember.
Yes, but you break on my platform and you consistently break my code of conduct, and they consistently do not punish them for it.
But hold on.
We've seen people.
I don't know anything of that.
Haven't they got accused of stealing cards?
Well, they didn't get accused. What they did was they promised whoever won the pack, they promised that they get the free pack, and they were like, "Well, we can't give this away because it's $100,000."
Yeah, but you probably get great. But other people have stolen cards, not giving away the stuff they're supposed to give away, and they got kicked off the platform.
Hold on.
So if you're not going to hold the same standard,
Big Jon, I'm not arguing with you. Okay. I'm agreeing with you. I'm in agreement with you, Big Jon. I'm just you got to understand though. You can't get mad at Whatnot for what an employee does. You can be mad at Whatnot and be like, "Hey, I'm not going to go there," but you're still going to go to Walmart if the Walmart employee still does something wrong.
No,
you might not go to that Walmart, but you're going to go.
No, I won't.
And if you won't, that's fine. I'm
not. Right now, would I go back to Whatnot? Maybe. Whereas right now, my decision is not to break the platform. I don't have options.
At the end of the day, though, right.
I have options to speak with my money. Anywhere, I have options to speak with my money. So whether it's Walmart, Target, if I don't get, I can go shop other places. The same thing as Walmart is in CVS.
Big Jon, what you're saying is the point. The foundation of all of this is dollars.
Right.
So I'm coming from a perspective of someone I spend zero time on Whatnot.
Right.
I'm also like Big Jon. If I go someplace and something's not right, I'll stop. I mean, you can ask my family this. I stopped going to the whole chain.
See, and everybody's
when
different.
Fanatics gave me bad customer service, and it took me 3 days to get my Fanatics Collect account correct.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it took me 3 months to buy something. That's only because I wanted it as a good price. I just got into my first break on Fanatics Live, and I had a Fanatics Live account since it's been open to Android. Because I preferred to break on Whatnot. I prefer to come to your room and Whatnot, spend money with you. I prefer to come to other people's rooms and Whatnot and spend money with them.
Right.
But when I see each scandal, Whatnot scandal, and these other rooms get punished, but this one big breaker, no matter how many times he breaks the rules, does not get punished. Okay, I see the game we playing. I'm going to choose to spend money elsewhere, and I don't care whatever anybody else choose to spend their money. This is my decision.
Yeah, but that's not the problem, and that's where I was trying to say, Big Jon, that's not the problem. I understand where you're coming from.
Why? They're allowing them to continue to do things wrong. They're showing favoritism. They're showing favoritism.
His track record, probably. I don't know. The only thing I know that they did wrong, that was like a big thing, Where there's smoke, there's fire. That is true, Brendan. But in
So
this
you don't remember the
thing,
early scandals of the claims of them being racist on their channel. You don't remember you don't remember stuff like
I was one of my friends, so I can say like I've been with them, I've been there, but I've seen one of my friends win a big card. They fly them out to Florida and they paid for everything and had them come back. And this was like 2020.
But as any major breaker with the type of money they have would have done with the type of card that they won. They didn't do anything special that any other big breaker wouldn't have done.
No, I mean
for the type of cards they won.
I'm just
saying, you get a big card. Ken Golden will fly you to get that card delivered to him for him to auction off.
Yeah. But
they didn't do anything special.
Do that for everybody. But I get what you're saying, but hear me out, Big Jon. All I'm saying though is that like their track record. All I know is one thing, and the one thing outside of what happened the other day was that what's his phrase, Trevor Lawrence card. That was the only thing I've ever heard.
But let me ask you one question. Have you ever had a situation happen where you felt like your customer service or the way you were spoken to or the way a situation was spoken about was inappropriate from a business sense and you never spent money with that entity again in your life?
That's what I was trying to think. Like on a grand scale, probably not. But on a small, like micro scale, yeah. There's probably places that I won't go, like a restaurant or something, because like I get bad service at Chili's. My point of view is it's not Chili's that's the bad service. It's that person. So I might never go to the Chili's that's on the corner from me anymore, but I might go to the Chili's that's in the next city or town. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
if you went to a family-owned restaurant,
right? Like I might not.
Okay, but I'll say this, right? So if the second Chili's gives you bad service, you're going to the third, and the third one gives you bad service, you're going to the third. I mean, Whatnot has proven that it won't punish people for doing things wrong, or it will punish the little guy for doing things wrong.
But the problem is, in this defense, like if I have to be the other side of this argument, if I'm going to be the other side of this argument, it's going to be.
Let me just make one thing clear: you're defending Whatnot, not Backyard Breaks.
Right.
Let's just make that clear in this conversation.
If I'm defending Whatnot, what I'm defending is they've had a track record of they've only done one thing wrong in the last 5 years that we've been in business. But this is what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm telling you right now. I'm looking and saying Backyard Breaks has only done one thing that was majorly wrong over this last 5 years, where it was an uproar, where it had the same type of effect that it is now. That I get to another guy where he has his 5th stream and he stole a card. Yeah, I'm kicking that guy off automatically because his one time in my first 5 streams, I don't want to take a chance with him again.
Jorden, I would implore you to just to go on your computer, go to Google and just type up Backyard Break scandals and just go through Reddit and see how many pop up.
Bro, I'm not listening to anybody saying that they did something.
No.
I want factual stuff.
There's factual stuff. There's factual stuff.
All I can say is that I think I hit Big Jon with these numbers first day. First day this happened, there were 171,000 followers on Instagram. I don't know, they're doing other stuff besides Instagram. Second day, there were 170 followers, 170K on Instagram. Right now, I'm looking, 10:06 my time, there's 169. So 2,000 people, how these are rounded up numbers. Somewhere around 2,000 people said, I'm not about that.
Right.
That's all. And I'm just looking at numbers. And
it's one person. It's one person that's the problem in this scenario. It's not the business.
But when that one person is the owner of the business,
I understand.
Yeah, the owner of the business cultivates the culture. If he was felt good enough to say that on camera, what is he saying behind the scenes?
And also, George, you're a fan of the Washington Commanders. You know what just went down there.
Listen, world. Yeah. I look at it probably at a bigger scope. Hey, let's put it this way. Hey, FD, you had me right on cue. I'm Mr. Positivity. I'm optimist.
You
I'm
are.
Mr.
There's
Optimist.
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing
But
wrong
I
with that.
also look at the world as if I look at the world in my square, my circle, my square, whatever, as the opportunity. Like, is this something that's a habitual habit? Like, if I see this week after week, is this a habitual habit? If you make a mistake, Big Jon, do I hold you accountable for everything else that's ever happened? I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from. So this is the problem with this conversation. I have two girls. So it's not like, I don't know if you guys heard.
So for me, I have no young daughters. I have a daughter that's 27 years old.
Yeah, I know. I only have one young daughter.
I don't care. I don't care if I had no daughters. I don't care if I had no children.
Right.
Because I knew FD and how I rode way before Junior was born. Right. Way before I was around any children. I used to mentor a kid in South Central. It's not going down, bro.
Right. And that's
this is a nuanced conversation.
I want you to understand, like me as a youth leader, I would never allow something crazy like that. You know
what if somebody said that one time with you as a youth leader?
I'm still gonna forgive them because it depends on what their track record was, right? If they just talk, because if nobody wants to admit it, they're just talking how they talk, and they're just being funny in their own way. I don't think it's funny. You don't think it's funny. FD don't think it's funny. Brendan doesn't think it's funny. But
I think there's two different things in my mind. You said I will forgive them. I'm talking about where dollars are about to be spent.
But for me, like I stopped going to backyard long ago, and it wasn't because they did anything wrong. I guess if in technical schemes, yeah, they did stuff wrong, but it's not like they did something wrong like thievery or something like that. They just turned into where they feel like they're a money pit, and I'm not going to spend my money where they feel like they're a money pit. They don't care about their people. Like, that's why I stopped going there. But I don't have no ill will.
But to be devil's advocate, again, we go back to the numbers. 171,000 Instagram followers first day, 170 the second, 169
I'm sorry,
the day.
Brendan.
There are thousands of people who are still doing their thing, despite what's been said or whatever else. So, Jorden, there will be more people that probably are thinking like you or similar to you than people who are like, I'm not spending dollars over there anymore. And at the end of the day, this whole platform is based upon dollars.
Yeah.
So if people can individually make a profit or win the gamble of the break, they will do that with backyard breaks. And it's a private situation. Nobody has to know. One could even argue that some of the people who have said things about backyard breaks since then have been breaking with backyard breaks.
I personally think some of the stuff that people are saying, unfortunately, is try to get them, the backyard people, to their platform or their person.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're just taking advantage.
And there's also going to be other breakers that are hated on that have nothing to do with this because they're breakers.
Yeah. And
there's people not trying to make the main thing. And talk about fanatics, talk about Jeff Wilson, Panini.
Right.
And that's not the main thing, in my opinion. But to each their own.
Big Jon, I love you, Big Jon. Big Jon, we're cool, Big Jon.
We're cool to each their own.
Big Jon. Big Jon's gonna fight me, FD.
I'm not fighting nobody.